So if you followed my work for any length of time, you will know that I have been putting myself out there on video since before the pandemic, since before anybody pivoted. In fact, since 2011, if I remember rightly. And here's the truth, when I first put myself out there on video, first became more visible on video, I probably did it really badly. Now, if any one of you wants to run over to my YouTube channel and have a look at some of my earlier videos, I'm sure it will give you plenty of entertainment, plenty of laughs. But I wanted to talk to you on this series that I've been doing for 24 days. I wanted to talk to you today about video. Why video? And I thought there's no point me writing a post and posting it out there for you to read. I wanted you to actually kind of hear, see and feel my vibe, if you like, of what happens when I do video. Now, there are a couple of myths, a couple of common misconceptions. So for many of my entrepreneurial friends who are business owners, who do a lot of stuff online, you might be forgiven for thinking that video, and I wrote these down because there were so many of them, but you might be forgiven for thinking that video is about doing Facebook Lives, Insta stories or Insta Lives, TikTok, Reels, LinkedIn Lives, which you can do. You might even think it's just to create content to put out there. You know, you've heard content is king or queen, and you might think that that's the reason to put yourself out there on videos. And you'll also be thinking, well, you know, I've got a business page, maybe it's on Facebook, or I've got a business page, maybe that's on LinkedIn. So I need to look professional and put video out there. I also know that for some of you in my audience, you're freelancers and consultants, and you really don't give a damn about video. You don't see the importance of it. And I know that since the rise of the selfie, we've got used to seeing people walking down the street doing this and taking photos, doing this and sometimes making videos or TikToking live. But here's the thing, as a business owner who wants to put themselves out there and make a difference in the world, I kind of want to get back to basics with this video, and I want to share with you actually why video is still a great thing to do, even if you're not really keen on social media, even if you're not on TikTok, even if you're not doing live streams and things like that. So a couple of things I wrote. I feel like I'm about to do a news report putting my glasses on, but I don't want to be squinting at you. But a couple of things that I wrote down that have been really valid, not just for me and the clients that I've worked with over the years, but actually is really valid for you when it comes to putting your work out there and being more visible. Now, you might be an employed professional who works for a corporate. You might be a freelance consultant. You might be a business owner who maybe has written a book or 3 or 4 or a few, and you want people to buy your books, but maybe you've also got a course or some sort of work that you do away from your books, and you want people to know about that too. Wherever you sit in this, you do need to do more video. So one of the things that I'm just going to start off by saying is, for many of the business owners that I meet who are speakers, and maybe predominantly their business is based around speaking, many of you think, well, it's okay. I'm a speaker and I'll bring whatever I do speaking live to a video. And actually there's very subtle and minute differences to both. I've also worked with speakers who have said, put me in a room in front of 3,000, 4,000 people and I'm really great, but stick a video camera in front of me and I just freeze. So if you identify yourself in any of those categories, this video is for you. So here's why video is still just as important today as it was nearly 12 years ago now when I started my business. So the first thing is, video is really great for creating cool and credible, authentic connections. I am streaming here with you in a hoodie, which, you know, I wouldn't turn up to a speaking gig in a hoodie. I've got my hair kind of thrown over one side of my shoulder just to kind of neaten it up. And you can probably see my ring light in my glasses. But that actually isn't what's important. What's important is that because I am speaking to you, yes, you, on camera like this, sorry, there's a fly buzzing around my face here, but because I'm speaking to you on camera like this, you get a sense of what I'm like. You get a sense of whether you like me or not. You get a sense of whether I speak too quickly or not. You also get a sense of whether you like the way I say the word ask. Well, I said it properly then, but normally I say ask. So for those of you who are considering whether video is something for you to do, even though you're not kind of into social media, here are a couple of reasons why you really do need to get great on video. I'm not talking about performance. So the first thing are meetings. We all got to see firsthand in the pandemic that a lot of our in-person, in the flesh meetings went online. Do you know how many business owners have confided in me, how many professionals have confided in me that they don't like being on camera? So next time you have that team meeting and someone's camera just doesn't work, consider that they might not feel so comfortable on camera. Second thing is it creates connection. Now, just imagine for a moment that from tomorrow, all of your business happened outside of social media, away from social media. So it means that you go to good old-fashioned networking meetings, that you meet people in coffee shops and restaurants and hotels and bars, that you go to in-person workshops and trainings where you open doors, eat curly sandwiches and do all sorts of fun things like that. You will still want to create a connection. You can still use video to send a very personalised message to a potential client, to an existing client, to an old client, to, you know, enhance your customer services, whether you're a big corporate company or a small individual one-man band business. You'll also need to be able to crack videos for those of you that have pivoted in the pandemic, and maybe those of you who are selling online courses. You'll need to be able to convey credibility on camera in some way or form. As I say, it's got nothing to do with the performance, but everything to do with conveying credibility. If you want to be credible, have gravitas, and be almost believable, you need to have a certain skill level of being able to do this, you know, switch your computer or your phone on and speak to the camera in a real and authentic way. Maybe you want to do workshops and you think, well, I'm going to do a in-person workshop, so it doesn't matter. Well, unless you're running webinars, which of course you'll need to do online through a video camera, what happens if at the end or the beginning of a workshop, somebody wants to come and speak to you, or they want to film you, they want you, maybe you're attending the workshop, and they say, oh, you seem to have got so much out of this. Do you want to just quickly tell people why they'd enjoy this workshop? Video is literally everywhere. Now, a couple of things that have happened to me over the years where I was so pleased that I'm actually okay on camera. So many times, numerous times, I've either spoken at conferences or I've done some form of speaking gig. And a few times in the run up to the speaking gig, it could be a couple of days, a couple of weeks, an organizer might have sent me a message and said, can you just quickly make a video about what you're speaking about? This means I don't go into a frenzy. I can literally just get my mouth, my arm and my phone and just go for it. The other times that this becomes really important, I do remember once being asked by the BBC to go into their London offices, and I was more than happy to go, but we both didn't think that I would make it in time for when their segment started. So they simply asked me, have you got a smartphone with FaceTime on it? And I said, yes, I have. And they said, great, we'll set you up. Now, I know when I've told that story to lots of other business owners, they've got really uncomfortable, really nervous, and have openly said I would have made my own excuses to go. But because I was at home in a space that I'd done it 1,000 times before, I felt really comfortable. It didn't occur to me, actually, this was national TV, not, you know, a Facebook Live or a video. There are so many more reasons why you really need to get comfortable on camera, whether you're online or offline, whether you're on social media or off social media. So as we kind of roll to the end of an old year and go into a new year, have a look at where you need to be more credible, more visible, more confident on camera, and just make one note to self that you're going to do whatever it takes to put yourself out there. There are so many other opportunities that you might be missing as a business owner by not being on camera. Click below and let me know, what would you like to be able to do on camera? much better. Bye for now.